Hi there, this is Saul Shore from Saul Shore Films, and welcome to another Blu-ray update collection video. As you may know, this is my Arrow video Blu-ray update, and as you can see, I'm overrun with arrows. It's only when you get them all together you kind of realise I've been buying quite a lot of arrows recently. To be fair, it's because lots of people keep doing £6 sales and things like that. So some of these are from my backlog and some of them are from my shelves, so it's only when you actually get them all together in one massive pile that you realise there's actually quite a few. So I'm just going to start. This might take a little while. Again, leave a like, please comment if there's some Arrow titles that I'm missing that I really ought to get, and I shall try and do this as quickly as possible and without knocking the piles over. So if I make any faces that are stranger than normal, it's probably because I've knocked a pile over. So let's start with A. Abel Ferreira's The Addiction. Takashi Miike's Audition. Battle Royale. A Bay of Blood. The Beast Within. The Beyond. Big Trouble in Little China. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. It's still arguably my favourite Argento. I know I'm strange that way, but The Black Cat. Black Mama, White Mama. Black Sabbath. Takashi Miike's Black Society trilogy. Black Sunday. Blind Woman's Curse. Bloodbath, with all 4 different versions. Blood and Black Lace. The Bloodstained Butterfly, which is one of my favourite giallos. The Bloodthirsty Trilogy, Japanese vampire films from the 70s, can't go wrong. Blowout, Brian De Palma. Bound. Branded to Kill, Seijin Suzuki. Bride of Reanimator. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. Now this is always quite expensive, but in actual fact on the current Arrow sale on their website it's £7.50, so if anybody needs it for their collection they should jump on that price because that's the cheapest I've ever seen it. I think I bought this for £11.50 and that was the cheapest I'd seen it. The Burbs, underrated little Joe Dante film. Candyman, the 2-disc edition. Case of the Scorpion's Tail. Cat o' Nine Tails by Argento. Cemetery Without Crosses. City of the Dead. It's an interesting little film. City of the Living Dead by Fulci, with a ton of extras. The Climber. Coffee. The Comedy of Terrors. Cops versus Thugs. The Count Yorga collection, which is 2 Count Yorga films. The Crazies. Day of Anger with Lee Van Cleef. The Day of the Jackal, not with Lee Van Cleef. Dead End Drive-In. The Dead or Alive trilogy, which again I think the last Arrow sale, this was £7.50 for the trilogy, which is really good value. The first one is just unbelievable, and one of those films you say, did I really just see that? The second one is completely different and almost as good, and the third one's not that great. But again, with Takashi Miike, he's still, in his films that don't really work, he still shows you things that you've never seen before, which is rare. Death Smiles on a Murderer, Klaus Kinski. Death Walks on High Heels. Deep Red, the window edition, which has the 2 covers. Apologies for not showing that very well. And Deep Red, the non-windowed version. Deranged, Confessions of a Necrophile, which I did a random review of because I really loved this film. I've never seen it before. A fantastic little film. Dillinger. Doberman Cop. The Abominable Dr. Phibes. Dr. Phibes Rises Again, which isn't as good. Don't Torture a Duckling, which is probably my favourite Fulci film. The Driller Killer. Not so much a video nasty as a kind of view of living in a city and the horrors of living in a city, pretty much. The Endless. The Fall of the House of Usher. The Female Scorpion collection. which is 4 films. Oh, almost knocked a pile over, getting closer. $5 for an August Moon. Foxy Brown. If you have coffee, you got a Foxy Brown. The Fury, De Palma. The Girl Who Knew Too Much. Go to Hell Bastards. The Happiness of the Katakuris. Takashi Miike's musical, or one of his musicals, which is just spectacular. The Haunted Palace. The Wonderful Heathers. The Hellraiser trilogy. This isn't the Scarlet Box, but this is just it's a very nice edition. The Honeymoon Killers. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. A rare film where Christopher Lee is actually scared. Hounds of Love. House. House 2. House 3, which was never actually called House 3, it was called the Horror Show. House 4. The House by the Cemetery. Howling 2. The Incredible Melting Man. Inferno. JD's Revenge, which is a nice little film. Kill Baby Kill. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. King of New York. Last House on the Left. As again, I think I said in a through the letterbox video, the actual extras and the fact you get the soundtrack, it is maybe a case of the additions actually better than the film itself. That's The Last House on the Left. Life Force. Toby Hooper's mental science fiction epic. Lisa and the Devil. The Long Good Friday. Arguably in the top 10 British films of all time. Maniac Cop. This isn't a Blu-ray, but this is a DVD of Martin by Romero. And again, this is the windowed version. The Immortal edition, apparently. Massacre Gun. Milano Calibro 9. Mona Lisa, probably in the top 20 British films of all time. Night of the Comet, The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, The Nikatsu Diamond Guys Volume 1, which has 3 films, which is Voice Without a Shadow, Red Pier, and The Rambling Guitarist. Nikatsu Diamond Guys Volume 2, which has Tokyo Mighty Guy, Danger Pays, and Murder Unincorporated. This is the Outlaw Gangster VIP collection, and this has 5 films. Phenomena, Pieces, A Pistol for Ringo and the Return of Ringo, The Pit and the Pendulum, Pulp, Pulse, The Pajama Case, The Pajama Girl Case, not The Pajama Case Girl, that's a completely different film. Rabid, Rabid Dogs, The Raven, The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, which is another excellent little giallo. Retaliation, Rollerball, Scalpel, Sheba Baby, Shivers, the special edition of Shock Treatment, which includes the soundtrack, the regular edition of Shock Treatment, which doesn't include the soundtrack. Again, it's not Rocky Horror Picture Show, and you have to kind of blank that out, even though it's difficult to do. The more times you watch it, the better it gets, up to a point. Sisters by De Palma, Society, this is the wonderful embossed fleshy cover. The Stuff, really underrated little film, Larry Cohen. The Suspicious Death of a Minor, Suture, Tales of Terror, The Tenderness of the Wolves, Tenebrae, Theatre of Blood, one of Vincent Price's personal favourites, Thief, Michael Mann's first great film, one of my 5 versions of The Thing, not versions but editions of The Thing, To Live and Die in LA, don't worry, we're nearly at the end, The Tomb of Ligeia, one of my personal Vincent Price favourites, Tower of London, Vamp, or From Dusk Till Dawn 10 years before From Dusk Till Dawn. Videodrome. The Villainess. What Have You Done to Solange? What Have They Done to Your Daughters? White of the Eye. Willie Dynamite, which is just a fantastic blaxploitation that I'd never seen before, but it is wonderful. His outfits are wonderful, and I'm not going to say anything about the ending, but the ending is just quite fantastic. The Witch Who Came from the Sea. Certainly in the top 10 British films of all time, Withal and I. Might be in my personal top 10. Which of course has 50 films in it. Wolf Guy. And these are the Yakuza Papers, Battles Without Honour and Humanity, Part 1. Hiroshima Deathmatch, Part 2. Proxy War, Part 3. Police Tactics, Part 4. And Final Episode, Part 5. One of the best titles of all time. Your vice is a locked room and only I have the key. Catchy. Zardos. And finally, Zombie Flesh Eaters, which I suppose the apocalypse is a good place to stop this video. So thank you very much for watching. Congratulations if you made it to the end. And again, leave any comments you may have, and we'll hopefully see you again. This is Solitude saying farewell.